Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Staple Crew Extended. My name's Edward Pereira. I'm your host. We have a bunch of co-hosts, my good friend and business partner, Attilla, Mr. Allan Staple in the house. And Simon says it has to be.
Simon
Yes.
said crypto, of course.
Yes.
Where
First,
would we be?
first of all, I want to say thank you for the privilege of your valuable time. If this is your first time, put yes in the chat. If not, if we've got some Go Baby Trade owners and some thinking about it, we're gonna give you a good reason to kick over the fence. Oh, excellent, excellent. Anthony, Peter, hello everybody. Mark. I am going to share my screen, set some quick expectations, and then we're going to get busy.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Somebody say yes when this comes up.
It's up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Get rid of the slides on the side and make it. There we go. Nice. Thank
There we go. All right. Yep. For the hearing impaired. So, what are your expectations? Expectation of the most powerful thing about this tool. Well, there's a whole bunch of things, but let's start with cash flow. There are very few things on this planet, unless you have a whole bunch of money to begin with and have a whole bunch of real estate and a whole bunch of stocks that you have cash flow, right? You may have a business, but then you got headaches and cash flow. If you have rental properties, you surely have headaches with a little bit of cash flow. Certainly not enough to make up for all the blood, sweat, tears, and angst that type of stuff causes you. So we have found, we didn't create it, as you know. Mr. Ed Barsano, 25 years ago, created something that everyone then and still says it cannot be done. Those of you that own it already know it works, but it creates cash flow. The more money you have in it, the more cash flow it gives you. You know, my goal, and I'll show you some math of how easy this is over time. This is not a get rich quick. This is steady Eddie. That's not me. It is just a works. And when you look at the dichotomy of a 90% down market, since this this platform was created, and the fact that unfortunately Ed Barsano can't join us, but he normally shares his trader. And over that same 4-year period of 90% down market, he has generated on a $200,000 investment $1 million in profit, which is 5x your money over a 4-year period. So can you imagine when this platform sees a plus market, a bull market, or not even a raging bull market? Because to the trader, it doesn't matter. As long as the price wiggles, it's making you money. So about a 45-minute deep dive to show you what this is if it's the first time you've seen it, and then to reinforce some things and go over some features and functions. But the magic is it simply makes money. And I'm gonna tag my other my co-host to say a couple things in just a second, but I've got a couple of slides to get past. You're going to see a system that trades 24/7, 365. Literally, you're going to hear it a whole bunch of times tonight, set it and forget it. You're going to see what I've deemed personally the $1 billion report. Ed just calls it the high trade counts, which identifies optimal trading opportunities because this entire platform trades on volatility. And I'm assuming everybody would agree. Type yes in the chat if you agree that the crypto market is probably one of the most volatile asset classes in existence, if not the most, right? You're going to see a live demonstration of the platform. I'll show you a simulation account and a live account of my own. So you'll get an idea. We're going to show you some math at the end, which will show you the power of compounding as real numbers, as one of actually the live account that I'm going to show you tonight. Annualized return is running at 62.7%. So I'm going to do some math showing you what I start with and what that looks like over a 9-year period, which is 3 license cycles. And then you're going to walk away tonight, hopefully, understanding that this is the only set it and forget it environment where you can not have to worry about watching the screen, figuring out the direction of the market, figuring out how whatever comes out of the live box, the TV, is going to affect the market. But everything that happens that causes volatility is a benefit to you. You probably heard Ed say, if this is your first time, then certainly not. He calls it down is good. When you understand that simple principle, then you'll understand how you can make money for life. So with that, let me change. I think it's going to allow me. Nope, bear with me. Got to change screens. I've got to read this disclaimer, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. You're here for informational and educational purposes only, right? We're not legal, tax, financial, investment, business, or personal financial advisors.
I want to show.
Oh, I've got some background noise. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. These are questions that you're going to have or probably already have in your head. I'm not going to read them off, but do quickly read them. And then everything that you see here is going to be addressed along the way. And then you're hopefully going to walk away going, wow, this certainly seems too good to be true, but a lot of people are using it. A lot of people are making money. And I dare say pretty much everybody's happy. So with that, I am going to actually ask Mr. Staple, would you mind saying a few words about what is up to you?
What it all means to me to have a consistent, steady percentage. I don't even care if it's 1 or 2 or 5. Something that you can build a income stream from, as you're talking about, is fundamental to any form of compounding. You have to have consistent winners. You cannot gradually compound anything without that. This has been the hurdle in trading since I've been a trader. And the beauty of anything consistent, like every trader will tell you, as soon as you get to about 55% hit rate, success rate, you can become, with proper money management, a successful trader. You need at least that. That's what the house on Vegas runs, right? I mean, they have to have the advantage. Otherwise, they'd lose the building. So once a trader gets to that level, well, you're great. Well, this trading platform, there are virtually there are hangups, there are losses, no losses, but baggage that gets, well, as Ed likes to say, you want all those minuses up above the chart, above you, because one day you know that you're going to go back up into those regions because of the volatility of crypto. So when you can get a consistent trader and it's not going to take minus trades ever, like that's something you can build a lifetime on. That's not just something you just, oh, well, hey, I'm going to put $1 million in there and make 2 million and I'm going to get out. It's not a day trading platform. It's something that will give you a pay raise every month the rest of your life, if structured correctly. And we know my favorite part of this whole thing is the money management side of it. That is my favorite part of this entire system. That is something that you can't, I don't care what bot you buy. Where do you find a bot that gives you money management skills that are so disciplined that these are almost everybody I know that has this trading system, they're all looking at me like, well, how do I deploy more of the capital? It's only using 10%. I'm like, just leave it alone. Please, just let it do its thing and appreciate everything that it brings to you. So those are my big points that really those are my fundamentals. If you tick those boxes, so I don't know whether that's 3 or 4 boxes there, you can bet not the house or the farm on it, but you can put a lot of your finances into that and rest assured every day you're going to be doing well.
Those are strong statements. I mean, and how long have you been trading manual? I mean, in the trading realm?
I was seriously into trading 99. But I was a stockbroker 20 years before that, 18 years before that. But I really got into trading Forex 99, 2000, and probably got out of it. I think it was somewhere around 12, 14. Seriously, no, I'm talking about as crazy as I am about crypto, that's how crazy I was about Forex. I was trading 8 to 10 hours a day, every day. Well,
Wow.
except for that one day the market's closed.
Right. How many other platforms have you seen that gives the average consumer the ability to do what this platform does?
Never. I've heard of them. I know that Goldman Sachs has one. I know that they exist. I know Bloomberg has one. You can't, even though it's 100 grand a year, the Bloomberg terminal doesn't even give you this. So, no, I've heard about them in the background and whatnot. And I think the systems are getting better. But I do know that Wall Street, this is a funny little story. You guys will all put your thinking caps on this one real easily. Actually, Wall Street left somewhere around the mid 90s and they went to New Jersey. That's where all the trading took place. And everyone said, well, why is that? What's going on with that? Well, it's because the data feed was just 1/1000th of a second faster in Jersey.
Wow.
So all the trading platforms all went to Jersey. So you don't remember the day when back in the 90s when everybody was on the trading floor and you could see people, with tickets in their hands and doing all this stuff and crazy and everyone's bidding? That was gone. That's been gone for 20 years. The trading floor doesn't look like that anymore at all. There's nobody there. It's all being done by automation. It's all being done by it's super fast feeds going across the Atlantic and everywhere else as quickly as possible. Time is money. So we knew about all these systems. We knew they existed, but we were never allowed to have them. And all you got to do is look at what's going on right now, right? You're not allowed to have a Forex trading bot, technically, right? This is the big problem with the Clarity Bill right now. They do not want you doing this. They really don't. And they would rather you didn't. So the fact that we're able to do it, it's becoming more and more mainstream and it's more popular. And it's you want to get the people that have been doing it for 20, 25 years, like our good friend, Mr. Barsano has been doing successfully, because there's a lot of new Johnny-come-latelys and they don't have the experience and they don't have the background. They don't have the data. They don't have the study. They don't, this is, so to answer your question, never in the public's hands have I ever seen something so consistent.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
It is.
Well, thanks for your 10 Forexes and 2 cents.
Yeah.
Simon, what do you say from the top of the mountain? What wisdom can you
want
share
me to follow that up, man? I thought we were friends.
I know. I love you. That was a setup. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know. It's good. Well, it's a rarity when you get such raw talent in the room on a consistent basis, such as Allan. He is a gem, a real gem, as is Ed Barsano and what he's created here. This, as Allan said, having a tool that enables you to take your money and have your money make money for you, and you don't have to do any work for that money. For me, that's I can't even actually. I get a little speechless, but it's majorly huge for me. It's huge. I'm of the mindset, and Allan and I have kind of gone back and forth on this. I am all about the tool. Give me the tool. If I can get the tool, if I can get the printer that prints money, so to speak, as Allan references, I want that more. I can feed that machine in my own time, in my own budget. The tool is far more important than honestly what the tool can produce. That tool has so much more, has so much value. And I mean, you guys know me. I've talked about IBC. I mean, this is like IBC in a way on steroids. and it came out at the perfect time. It has the perfect market to do what it does best, lock in profits, not take a loss, like I've done lots of times. So for me, it's great. And I never thought that I would ever stop looking at my phone at the crypto market. I've stopped. There's days where I forget to check on my Go Baby Trader. I'm like, oh, that's right. Yeah, I got to look at that. I never thought that I would actually be in that realm again, where I'm like, oh yeah, I made money today. How about that? It's very exciting. It's very mind freeing. Like my stress level is like down a little bit. I was just talking to my wife the other day, which everybody's met. Actually, probably everybody has met, including the chat, at Allan's event in Florida. But for me, like my stress level is gone because I know I have a few tools that are printing money. For me, it's not the amount. I don't care about the amount. It's on, it's running, it's going to be compounding. I'm good. All fortunes started small, right? And I am building a fortune, and I'm using the Go Baby Trader to do that. It's definitely a must-have tool. So I love it. That's what I say at the mountaintop. If you're not at least trying to get this tool, or a tool that does a similar thing, you really should do some soul searching on this, because it's necessary. In my opinion, it's very necessary. We can leverage a tool like this, and get ourselves out of situations. We have the means to get out of situations rather quickly. And that was one of the reasons why I actually got into cryptos, was because I was trying to find another market that I could take advantage of, so I could get out of debt or get into a house. All those things that, as we progress in age, we come to kind of learn about and recognize in our own situations. This, you can buy the tool, come up with a 3-year plan, and I'm telling you, you have something that will help you out in some way, shape, or form to upgrade your personal situation.
Yep.
So that's what I got to say about it. Let's get another one. When can I get another one? I want another one. I want another one.
Well said. With that, I want to put a couple of more things in people's minds. I'm going to turn it over to Attila to give us some background, and then we'll dive in. But we not only does it make money on money, but it buys back time and peace of mind. Right. The only thing we can't create more of is time. So when you understand the concept of how this entire automated crypto trading and money management platform works, I hope you leave with the blessing to understand that you can buy your time back and you can buy your peace of mind back. So with that, thank you, gentlemen, for your comments. I already know what Attila is going to say. So Attila,
No, you don't.
take us away.
I don't.
Well,
Speak on it, Atilla. Speak on it.
I want to piggyback on what Allan and Simon said, but first, what you just said, the time thing isn't obvious. When it's 100% set it and forget it, you have now bought your time back. But let's talk a little bit about the peace of mind. What does that mean here? Because I've been full-time crypto, DeFi, blockchain, AI since September 2020, almost 5.5 years. And in 5 different blockchain cash flow projects, I've lost a lot of money. So they were working for a while, but you never had that peace of mind that said, man, this is just going to keep going and going and going. Here, I like to use the example of the best analogy that I could come up with right now on the spot is McDonald's. Almost identical to the trader with one big exception. So why is McDonald's so popular? It's certainly not the hamburger. It's not the best hamburger in the world. Okay, it's average by best. Okay, but they got the golden arches. They've got the colors. They have the best real estate locations in the world. They have Ronald McDonald, the clown. They have the playground. It's everything combined. Now let's look at Go Baby Trade. You've got most importantly, a 25-year track record of success. You've got the fact that it never sells at a loss, no stop losses, no leverage being used. The API connection to your own exchanges where you control and only you control your money. That's the biggest part, I believe. So all of that, put together gives you that peace of mind. So I just wanted to piggyback on what you guys said about that. Now, for those of you that have never, did you want to say something, Simon?
I do. That peace of mind.
Yeah.
That's what I'm experiencing now, right? This thing, Attila, you would probably agree. The Go Baby trade, not the Go Baby
There you
trade.
go. That's the first. That's a first.
I know, right? Gold star, right? Cool, awesome. This builds confidence. When you have confidence in a tool, a product, a service, a company, people, you don't even worry about that at all, or that much comparative to other things that you're involved in. It really has done that for me. A lot of confidence, a lot, and I'm able to participate in that confidence time and time and time again. Attila, thank you for saying that, because that's peace of mind is definitely what it brings. I too have experienced some of the wounds and the woes of the crypto space as well, and this gets rid of that for me and gets to my goals.
Great comment. I appreciate you saying that. But the cherry on top that I didn't even mention, how many programs can you be in that produces cash flow for you? Can you say where, if needed, Edward and I, and technically Allan and Simon, have a hotline to the creator where you could get on the horn and discuss maybe an issue or a question, or you need a clarification that you just don't get. I mean, folks, that just doesn't exist by and large. Am I right, Allan?
No, never.
Yeah.
And a man so dedicated to his product. Most people they make a bunch of money and they just sail off somewhere, and it's like they have a committee or a group or somebody that didn't invent the thing, run it. Who, he's just so dedicated. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So for those of you that are new, a little background on how I met Ed. My background is purely financial. I've always been my whole life something financially related. I don't want to bore you with the details. You already heard me say in September 2020, I was in the right place at the right time, and I just self-taught myself this space. Not that you have to. If you're new and you know nothing, you really don't have to, because you've got Allan and what he provides. You've got Go Baby Trade. You don't need to spend hundreds of hours a month trying to study and learn this stuff, folks. I think that would be wasted time. You're better off just listening to what's already proven and what's available and go cash flow. So anyway, Mr. Barsano came out of the Navy, 8 years in the Navy. He did some nuclear engineering in between. He got hired in 1985 by Bill Gates at Microsoft, one of the first 300 people to get hired there. And he doesn't like it when I say this, but he truly was a rock star there for 8-9 years. I mean, it wasn't like they gave him something to work on that needed to be made better. He got all the projects that needed to be created from scratch. Those are the kind of projects he got, and he did an amazing job. So his reputation was very, very strong throughout, and when he left. Now, he started investing in stocks heavily when he retired in 1995, and he got crushed in the stock market crash of 2000. Fortunately for all of us, he got crushed because he took it personally, lost 60% of his net worth, and he felt like he got robbed. And he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to level the playing field. I'm going to prove to people this is just numbers going up and down. And he learned. He was green. He learned. He worked in those prop houses and learned from people that were trading all day long. It was a pretty amazing story, but he got good at it, and and in the very beginning, the first few years, he gave the trader away so that he could get feedback from people on what they're seeing and what's happening to them and what they want to see. That's how he built it. And that's how he perfected it. But after a while, it became so popular, he had to start charging. And I've been telling him since I met him in 2012, you're selling this way too cheap. You need to raise the price. But he refuses to because he comes from very humble beginnings on the north side of Chicago. I mean, real humble. I don't want to get too personal, but I know his background. And he's for the average man and woman in this country. He just wants the average person to have a fair shot and make him money in their sleep without gambling. And he's achieved that. So I was introduced to him in 2012. Um, I listened to him through a mutual friend for 20 minutes on a call. I said, Ed, stop. I get it. I want to do this. I bought the license and it worked amazingly well. I actually helped him market it back then through a marketing company. And after 2 years, he went back to being solo because the people he hooked up with were just not ethical. He was definitely getting the short end of the stick. But guess what? 2018, he sold out to a hedge fund that had bought a lot of licenses from him previously. Now, in March of 2024, I'm sitting at my desk and I said to myself, man, I got a great crypto portfolio, but I'm a cash flow guy. I love cash flow. How can I have my crypto just make more crypto on itself in a safe manner? Because I had already lost a significant amount of money at this point. Now, I made more than I lost, but if I told you the number, it's pretty staggering. And I learned my lesson. And the reason, why did I lose those monies? Think about it. You're all in crypto, blockchain. Why did I lose those monies? Because I didn't control the crypto once I put it into that project. I sent it to a third-party exchange or wallet. So when things went south, I went south. My crypto went south and I couldn't get at it. So I'm sitting there and it took me a full day, but it finally dawned on me. I said, oh my God, my buddy Ed Barsano, I'll bet somewhere in the last 3, 4 years, he created a trader like he had for stocks for the crypto market. And I still had his phone number in my iPhone. I tracked him down. We spoke for 3 hours. He confirmed my hunch. And he told me four things. First thing he said was the crypto trader is light years ahead of the stock trader that worked so well all those years. And I said, why is that? And he said, number one, crypto is, stocks are 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. Crypto's 24/7. That's a big advantage. And I agreed right away. Number two, he said, like Edward said, Attila, you know as well as I do, you need extreme volatility to make a lot of money in any kind of trading. I said, I agree again. He said, there's no asset class with more volatility than crypto. And there still isn't. So number three was very interesting to me. He said, I made it web-based, and I wasn't sure what that meant. What does that mean, Ed? He said, well, if you buy the license again, I'll have you connected live to your Coinbase and trading live in 10 minutes or less. I said, get out of here. Because see, I remember 2012, it was downloadable software. It was cumbersome. It took 90 minutes to get this thing right, set up correctly. It wasn't easy.
That was fast back then.
Back then, yeah. Well, the whole thing.
Yeah, 90 minutes, that was fast.
Imagine how amazing this trader is today. In 2001, when he launched it, how amazing do you think it was for people? People's minds were blown when they came across this thing. If that marketing company was ethical and they really knew what they were doing, it could have become a billion-dollar company. But anyway, I regress. So he said, I said to him, I said, giddy up, let's do it. I bought the license on the spot. He had me connected to my Coinbase in about 8 minutes flat with just under 10 grand. I was blown away. Number four is what should be the most important to all of you. He said, until I created an API connection so that the trader connects to your own Coinbase, your own Kraken account, so you and only you control your money. And I said, that's brilliant, Ed. Let's get this word out to the world because, I mean, this is what I've been waiting for. You know, I don't know why I waited till 2024 to track him down, but my fault. Anyway, the bottom line is you all need to remember two things. Number one, when we say set it and forget it, we mean it literally. Once you own this trader and you're connected live, There's no interaction. This is not copy trading, no screen time needed. Now, obviously, if you want to go in once a day, 3 times a day, 5 times a day, and take a look at what your trader's done, you're going to do that. That's cool. I do it I don't do it every day, but I do it 2, 3 times a week. Um, but when you're new, you're going to do it every day. The second thing I'd really like everybody to appreciate is consider what this man has done. I say with confidence, it's never been done before. And that is without anybody being an accredited investor, without anybody knowing anything about trading, without anybody knowing anything about crypto or stocks. Christ, you hardly have to know anything about computers. You can now automate a portion of your financial life and make money in your sleep. And it's really, truly remarkable what this man's created. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to Edward. And Edward, I don't know if you're going to screen share now, but we have a few examples for all of you. And I only see one question in the Q&A. So guys, throw anything and everything at us that you want. Tonight's the night. So anyway,
Yep.
Edward.
Yep. Well, let me read as I promised, but I suspected, but couldn't promise because the time had not come. But Mark says L3 profit taken 1:41 a.m. at 3:25 a.m. today, and at 3:25 a.m. and I didn't have to tell it what to do. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then Peter, another great comment. Thank you so much. Says, what impresses me about Allan? Everything! Exclamation. Simon, Kirk, Go Baby Trade. You guys are all accessible and walk me through my questions, etc. Hats off to all of you. Thank you so much. My personal sentiment is I have the distinct privilege to be able to share something that literally has changed the trajectory, financial trajectory, and time trajectory of my life and my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 61 years old and I've got an 11-year-old son, and I cannot spend enough time with him. If I actually had to spend, what I used to do for 32 years inside the machine, where I spent 15 to 18 hours a day away, that was not conducive to time and family. I have the privilege of sharing it with everybody that is willing to listen. So again, thank you for your time and your investment to hear what we have to say. We truly believe it's life-changing, and we are all walking the walk. Every one of us owns multiple traders. So with that, again, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. I'm actually going to share a live account with you. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So I have a nonprofit. Many of you may not know. Some of you may know from meeting me at Allan's show or being on one of our previous calls. But I worked for and with the government as part of the Matrix for three decades. 3 decades.
It's a long time,
So
dude.
what I saw, and what I know now, linking together with the information and the intelligence that we are trying to share with everyone, and the greater picture is that, this statement's not going to surprise anybody. The machine is rigged against you at every step of the way. What are you taught? You're taught to go to school, get a job, trade time for money, right? And most of us work until we die. So this is a rare opportunity. I came out when I came out of service. I created a nonprofit that loves on American heroes, people that are behind the scenes, in front of the bullets, some of those of which you don't see. And when I found out about this trader, I made a decision to put a portion of our reserves in a trader so it would compound over time. And I'm going to show you the power of compounding, because I'm going to give you this exact scenario. I started this account with $15,000. Don't look at the account value, and I suggest highly that you don't watch the account value over the long term with the trader because it really doesn't mean anything. Let me tell you why it doesn't. 15,000, you go, oh, wait a minute, it's only 12,000, so you've lost some money. No, I have positions along the way, which, as Ed Barsano says, down is good. Everything that you see inside these parens are numbers of lots that it owns, inventory on the shelf, waiting for the market to wiggle. I started with 15,000, but it's only deployed in 5 months, just a little bit of 5 months. It was 5 months, 5 days ago. It's only deployed $9,600 of the 15,000. Now, let's talk about some accelerated rotation of the earth math, right? Not really, but I went to public school, so follow along. So total profits in that 5 months is $2,500, 2513.33. That wasn't a donation. Well, actually, I could say that this platform donated and will continue to donate for a lifetime to my nonprofit, which then that money is deployed to help families that need a hand up, not a handout. So if you take the $9,600 that it deployed against the money that it has created in my sleep, and you can see down here what it's done. It's running at a pace of 26%. Actually, no, not running at a pace. It's already made 26% on the deployed money. And over time, if you multiply or annualize that for 12 months, it's 62.76%. Now I'm going to show you some quick math, real quick math. I'm going to switch screens and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk more about the trader. But is it believable that everybody, not everybody, but most people have $15,000 in their 401k ish, right? Or if not,
Sure.
if not much more. Okay. So let me show you. Can everybody see my screen now?
Yep.
Or is it still, is it showing the calculator?
Yep. Showing the calculator. And I use this one a lot,
Okay,
actually.
cool. All right.
Yeah.
So let me draw your retirement plan. With the example that I just showed you, the real live trader with $15,000 in it that is going to work over time. And as the CEO of the nonprofit as well, we're going to commit to putting $500 a month additional into the trader as donations and as good works come in. So 9 years at a return rate, I'm going to put in exactly what I said, 62.76%. Remember, 90% plus down market. Horrible if you're a buy and holder. You gotta hate life. Now, granted, you have the expectation that it's going to eventually pay off at the end. But while you're waiting for your ship to come in, get another ship that runs right alongside of it called Go Baby Trade. Okay, so I'm going to put $500 in. We're going to commit to that every month. So it's 15,000 starting over a 9-year period, 62.76%. Could you imagine if what this trader is going to look like when it ever sees a bull market? It's never seen a bull cycle, period. And it's still over that 4-year period of time collectively made 5 extra money. How is that possible, Simon? How is that possible?
It's possible by the code and the person that wrote the code and leveraging the AI on the side. That's how it's possible.
It's possible because you have an emotionless superpower working for you that does not ride on emotion, does not ride on guessing, does not ride on the news. It literally just works by itself. Now watch what happens when I hit this calculator.
And works 24 hours a day.
7
And
days
it works
a week.
24 hours a day. All right. So I'm just going to let that absorb. Look at that number. This is what it made in compounding. This is what your balance is, right? And that's over 9 years. So if you set out right now, if you're about ready to retire, or if you got another 9 years to go, now watch. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, the trader has a trading limit account balance of $2 million. Okay. So I'm going to do something. You're going to blow 157,000 on something. I don't know. You're going to blow it because I'm not going to calculate it. But let's do this. Let's put the $2 million over here. And now you're like, hey, I'm retired. I want to live life. Okay.
It's
I'm going to change that.
200,000.
I'm going to drop this to 50. No longer contributing. Oops.
Yeah, there you go.
Did that do it right?
Nope.
Nope.
There's 20, 200. There it is.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to contribute anymore. It generates $1 million, $1 million
A year.
a year. Now, I already told you that I went to public school. So what is that? So
50%.
1 million divided by 12. You've now just passively created forever income of $83,333 a month. Does that sort of cover your electric bill and mortgage and stuff?
Covers the Gulfstream bill.
Covers the Gulfstream bill.
Yes.
You could take that other 100 and not blow that 175.
Start another trader, man.
You beat me to it. You get another trader, and you get another trader, and you get another trader, and you get another trader. I'm starting another trader that is. This may not resonate with everybody, but with some. I just sat down and talked to my pastor this weekend that they are going to put reserves in, and they are going to build this exact scenario. Although they're starting with significantly more. It's going to pay for the church.
Yep.
It's gonna pay for all of the good works, and they're setting up accounts for people that need a hand up and not a hand out. Never touching the principal and being able to grow something that gives them what, Simon? Time.
Time.
And peace of mind.
And peace of mind.
That's powerful. I don't know whether that hits home with you, but that literally is life-changing for me. And the ability to serve others at the highest level.
Well, think about this. I've talked about this with my wife because I want to interject two things I want to interject. Well, one I want to interject on. I'm going to do that right now. You're a nonprofit. You do the traditional nonprofit move. You knock on doors, you hold events, and try to reach donors. Okay? And donors are like, what are you doing with the money? Well, now you can say, well, we're going to stick it into this machine over here, and I never have to knock on your door again. What you give today, arguably, infinitely, can keep on working and compounding and bringing in a residual that I can put to work. Your $100 today, I can do this over and over and over and over within my charity. You don't have to knock on doors anymore. It could be a one and done deal for any donor within that charity. That's phenomenal. I love that. Edward, could you do me a favor? Instead of doing $2 million, could you do $200? Because what you're showing us here really is the proof in the pudding of the machine. It is far more important to get the machine than the returns that the machine initially makes for you.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. And we'll do $100 a month. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Show me what that does. Look at that. Small money. Okay. I say it's small money because it's small in the world, but to people, $100 a month, that's setting aside a good amount of money on $100. That's $1,200 a year. And at the end of it, you know, it made $195,000 after 9 years. If you got a kid right now, whether they go to college or not, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. All for $3,500 for the trader, $200 initial investment, $100 a month going forward. You can't do that anywhere else, especially with that small capital. Month after month, you know, there's not a lot of places you can do it. I only know one other, but that's a whole different product, whole different conversation. It still doesn't give you what this can give you in your life, in the peace of mind, the instant
It's real.
liquidity. Go ahead, Attila.
Simon, how about that example you gave of the nonprofit earlier? How about from a donor's perspective?
That's
If they
yeah,
give $5,000 to an organization per year, they
yeah,
buy the trader, put that 5,000 into the trader
that's
instead,
right.
and
Boom.
they forever for their lifetime donate monthly off the proceeds of that.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Are
I
you
mean, yeah, it's right there. I mean, you'd
Yeah.
say I like that too. That's a sweet play. You can do it to multiple charities as opposed to you. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome too.
are
Let's
you
do both. Let's do
Simon?
both.
Simon, are you implying that these witnesses aren't going to be going around knocking on doors anymore if they get this tool? Is that what we're
Yeah,
implying?
you could be doing a service to humanity between the
That's it.
hours of
I
5
love
and 8
it.
p.m. in your neighborhood during summer hours.
That's amazing. Good insight. It's real. This is real. Math
It's
doesn't
real.
lie.
Hey,
Math does not
I
lie.
want to share a little something off the beaten path. Can you give me screen sharing ability?
I can. Bear with me. Let me stop sharing, and then I need to give you sharing. Nope, you're not Allan. You are Attila. Okay, you got the keys.
All right.
Don't scratch it.
Yeah, don't scratch. Bring it back full.
All right. So let's see. Where, of course, I don't see where I need. Oh, I know. I think that menu's in the way. No, it sure isn't. Okay. That's not the screen I wanted. I just had it queued up and this thing is wacko. Hold
Yeah,
on.
bring it up on your screen, then go to
Oh,
share
I
your
think I
screen.
got it. I think I got it. Oh, oops. Okay. Can you all see that?
Nope, not yet.
We got the
Hmm.
desk
There it
wheel.
is. Yeah,
Yep,
we
there
got
we
it.
go.
We got it. We got it.
Okay.
We got it.
So what this is I'm not telling all of you to do anything with stocks, but I just last October, it just flew in my head. I'm like, you know what? Let me just trade silver, and that's it. Nothing else, just silver and see what happens. So I stuck $50,000 in a paper trading account here in the top left. And this thing since October 19th, the first trade was actually made. Hold on. The first trade was made October 23rd. So the 23rd of February will be October, November, December, January, 4 months. In 4 months, it'll make about 63 to 6,500 bucks. Trading one thing, silver. Now I want to
Not
show you
bad.
what happened when we were all in Fort Lauderdale at Allan's event. That was the 28th and 29th.
Yeah.
Our event.
The 29th, look at what happened. That's the day silver went bonkers and went down like 40%, right?
Yeah.
You can see these prices.
Just thereafter. Yep.
Look at the price it opened at 129 at 1:20 p.m. $105. And then the next day it was 91 and then 85 and then 70. So all it did was buy, and then boom, went back up, started selling those off. One here, one there, one here. So I'm just letting you know this is what Barsano started with, the stock trader.
It's
Okay.
beautiful.
I love
I'm
that, man. I mean, come on, dude. Everybody should be
Beautiful.
smiling and laughing right now, like I am, man. That's it's.
unbelievable.
I'm gonna go play over here now. This machine's going. Let's go play over here. That's.
And if you didn't
I love
know,
that. I love
if
that.
you didn't know
know.
there was if you didn't know there was some cool reports here, this is really cool. Watch this. Filled order report.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Just-
Yep.
It just lists every single profit taken since it started on the 23rd of October.
Love it.
Where first profit taken 10:30 actually. It made its
Sure.
first buy on 10:23. It took a week to make the first profit. So
Yeah. Its
who
first open
cares?
position. It took a
Who
week
cares?
before it opened a position.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought you all would appreciate that.
And it's up 6,500 to date.
That's over 10%.
6,100, but I'm thinking by the time it hits the 4 month mark in about 9 days, or no, I'm sorry, 7 days, another week, it'll be at 6,500.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, not bad.
No, that's
If
really
somebody
good,
would
man.
have said that you could have had a tool like that to me, well, when you did say that to me, I said, how quickly can we get this to my people? That's exactly what I said.
Well,
I believe.
but remember what else I said, Alan? I said to you that one of the reasons I'm reaching out to you, and I've been trying to reach out to you for months, is because I know the issue out there in the marketplace. Everybody's a buy and holder, and they're just losing their minds on when are we going to
Yeah.
get that big pop? And you can't do that. This is real life. You can't sit there and wait. You
No.
got to cash flow, and that's what I said to you. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing for me, it was such a natural progression for my channel. I just got tired of holding, sitting on my hands. So, like I repeat this a lot, but 8, 9, 10 months ago, my channel took a real turn towards, okay, we got to be more aggressive. We can't just wait. We know we have a lottery ticket, but we can't just sit around and not make returns. I mean, DeFi was making so much money, and I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it when they shut Genesis down, when they shut Celsius, Three Arrows. All of those were profitable organizations. And I knew how they were doing it. They were doing it with AI, and they were doing it with successful trading. But where they really truly got the margins from was the fact that they didn't have to play the mainstream, pay this man, pay this guy, tip the doorman, tip this guy. Oh, to get in this room, you need to be this guy. And that Wall Street is just such a dense market of, I'm not going to call it corruption. I'm going to call it just comfortability of, we've been doing it this way. You pay that man, just don't ask questions. If you want to do business in our firm or in this Wall Street, triangle that we've had through the banking system, the government, and Wall Street, you better put all your pension, your 401k, and all the rest into these things. Well, as this clearly crypto, and especially with DeFi, and I'm going to even say stable coins is probably even more important today. The liquidity coming to all these markets is here, and it's about to blow up. I was listening to this great show. The speaker was talking about over 80, pretty close to $100 trillion. Just think about this. Just with real estate and stock market holdings of Americans. Okay? 80 trillion. Let's just say you leveraged, like you were talking about, Attila, or I'm sorry, Edward, you pulled, I don't know, 10, 15, 20% out of your 401k or whatever it might be. You take a HELOC. I don't know, whatever your aggression level or whatever it might be. What I'm trying to say is you've got an $80 trillion asset valuation here that over the next 2 to 10 years, people are going to find tools just like this one to pull some portion, I'm going to say 20 of those trillion, out into these kind of products over the next 2 to 5 years. Because they're going to have to, because the AI is coming and they're going to see it in every avenue of their life. And that dead money, sort of like what you're talking about here, Attila, is we're sitting in our hands with this bag that isn't earning money. Your real estate's going up marginally, but is it going up 5% a month? Probably not. No way. And
I
it's
hope not, but my property taxes would go up that much too. Like, it's like whoa, let's pump the brakes. But I get it, Alan. Yeah.
It's kind of like when somebody says to you, "Hey, I got my house paid off free and clear, man."
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking at that as a real positive and good for them. But that's dead money. It's dead money in that house. Pull it out and put it to work, right? I mean, you preach that, Alan. You preach.
Yep. The smartest man I know was a gentleman that I spoke to about 5 years ago, and he had this big ranch. and it had been paid off for generations. And he said to me, "Hey, I just went and borrowed against my ranch." This is like 4 or 5 years ago now. And he got a 2.5% HELOC of $4 million. It's virtually free money. I mean, I was just like 2.5 annual for millions. I mean, I was just like looking at him going, "You are winning, man." Like his property was paid off for generations, and nobody had ever thought about using the capital in it to profit or make money.
Yeah.
He goes, "I can't make any money selling beef, growing cattle. They've handcuffed those people.
Yep.
It's criminal." Yeah. You gotta find returns.
The last thing I'll say is the reason I'm so excited every day when I get up about this space of blockchain, crypto, DeFi is because on numerous occasions throughout my life, I've walked into a bank with a pile of money and I've said, "Here, multiply this." And they have failed me every time. So now we have options, legitimate options. It's wonderful. It's like I still feel, I don't know, Edward, I think you're like me. We wake up every morning and we feel like we know that we're in on the biggest secret that nobody else knows about. You know?
Yeah, the only angst I wake up with now is how do we get to more people faster? Because it's not my goal to sell you something. It's my goal to educate you so that you are empowered to make decisions that changes your life and the life of your family, and dare I say, generational change has not existed. We've all been programmed into the same system. We collectively, and that's I think why we made fast friends and get along so well, is because we're all after the same thing. Help enough people. Was it Zig Ziglar said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help enough people get what they want, and you automatically get what
you want.
You want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is no joke. This is real passion. Should you choose to participate, awesome, because you're going to change your life and those around you. If you don't, awesome, but you're going to leave here with information that you did not have before. Certainly information that no one in the established misinformational, disinformational, diseducational system will ever teach you, ever.
Yeah.
So with that,
Edward, anything else you want to share before we hit some questions?
I want to touch on.
Go
I want
ahead.
to touch on something you just said there, Ed. Speaking of generational, we have to bring up that Ed's son is involved.
Mm-hmm.
So he's passing this legacy on just the way you and I want to do with our legacies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful to watch. Like, as you know, we have the Digital Asset Sisters, and their parents are teaching them. And it was Brent and I are a team. And then those of you know Kirk Carmichael, he's working with his daughters. Ed works with his son. I mean, I don't know. There's synergy there. I just love it. It's generational, and we're all going the right direction. I just love it. It's good.
Ditto.
Cool.
So Attila, to your question, yeah, I think let's cover a couple of high level things that, and we'll share some information in the chat. First of all, I'd like to say that anybody that's here is eligible. Thank you to Mr. Staple for a $1,000 discount on the trader. And here I'll post as soon as I give you a sort of a flyover of the dashboard that you're seeing. I'll post that information in. By the way, Attila and I are the support system sort of in between Go Baby Trade, Ed Barsano, and the Staple crew, and Simon Says. We're the support mechanism. So I'm going to give you a support email if you have any questions. Want to set up a one-to-one. Hey, I'm really interested in getting this. I've got a couple more questions. Then we'll set up a one-to-one. As someone said in the, I think it was Mr. Tuck, that we're accessible. We are accessible. Obviously, that when the word really gets out, might be a little tougher to get us to sit still. because we're going to be serving thousands, tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of people. But we're here to serve you at the highest level, and we will always have mechanisms and people in place to do that. So I'll share a couple of things once I give you an overview. So left-hand side, you'll see live trading. It's showing you that it's live trading. You'll see it beeping down here, trading autonomously. It's once it's set up, you connect it to your Coinbase or Kraken account. Takes 10 minutes to set it up, and away it goes. All you do is fund it with USDC if you're in Coinbase, and you choose the coins, of which I'll explain why I chose these coins in a moment. Account value, again, don't pay attention to that because it is collecting an inventory. If you're going to run a successful business, which, by the way, this is a business in a box. I don't know where else you could buy a business for $3,500 and put a little bit of money in it and let it go, right? If you ever thought of if you're an entrepreneur and wanted to start a 5 to 9 that pays for your 9 to 5 and eventually exits you from that system, then this is it, right? Each one of these represents a lot that is money in the bank, just going up and down. It trades on a very, very small margin. It buys on a 3% dip. And in this case, it's defaulted to a 3% dip and a 3% rise. I and most people do, as Ed is given the instruction, hey, I would change my profit goal to 5% instead of 3%. So as the market wiggles, and as one gentleman in the chat earlier said, at 3 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the morning, it was wiggling, he was sleeping, and he was making money, right? That's what this does. It's simply taking advantage of the volatility and prices going up and down. You no longer have to worry about, I'm not picking on it, but you no longer have to stare at XRP, because while this is doing its thing, it's making you money along the way. You're cash flowing while you're holding. So now you have a two-sided strategy. Today's profits, it took today, right? In a mostly down market, a couple things spiked up, as you can see. 30-day profit. Total profit, as I suggested, 9/11 is a very sentimental day for me. I was actually part of the response in 2001. Then current profit saved, this is a profit bucket. It comes defaulted to save 100% of the profit, meaning it deploys $10 into a coin, it makes $1, it puts the dollar in the save bucket and redeploys the $10. Now you have the opportunity, I'll click on this, you have the opportunity to manage that. Okay. Here, it's defaulted to 100%, but you can change it to, I've got another trader that's 50-50, that it saves half the money for a rainy day, and it redeploys or compounds, if you will, as we had in that calculator example, right? At any point, as a matter of fact, here, I'm going to do this. So this profit saved, or what we call a profit bucket, is a bucket. It's the same USDC bucket that's in your exchange account, which, by the way, the trader has no authority other than to execute buy and sell orders on your behalf. It never touches your money. It has no access to your money. Only you do. Only you do. So I can deploy this back into the market. And what I mean by redeploy it, it's there in your USDC, but the trader can't see it. So if you have saved 100%, that's just money that you can use to go pay a bill, buy a car, whatever the case may be. And that's why I leave it at 100%, because then I can redeploy it at any point. So if I do that, you see amount profits in the save bucket after clicking save is 0. So I'm going to hit 0. And now what I've done, and you can see I've done it periodically, as it makes buckets of money, then I redeploy it. And now's a good time to redeploy it because we're at the bottom of the market, at least close to the bottom of the market, right? There's my hedge. So,
$1 billion report.
Yep. Okay. So with that, I'll show you over here. I'll just run. These are all self-explanatory, right? This is just numbers going up and down as the prices of these lots go up and down. That the system, the platform is programmed on purpose and has never taken an automated loss over the 25 years that the traders, both stock and crypto, have been there. Now, I say automated loss because you have the ability to enter a motion again. Do not do that. But you do. You can. I can hit close and it'll close this position and it will lock in that loss. But right now, it's a paper inventory valuation. The only thing that continues to go up is this column. These numbers, as it takes profit, never does anything but go up, right?
Mhm.
And that represents this total profits taken if you added all those up. So with that, I'm going to take you to I'm sorry, down the bottom, you can see that over time, right? 8 o'clock this morning, 7 o'clock this morning, it took a profit, right? I was up. Most of the time, I'm not up. You can see it at all hours of the day.
Look at all the love you got on Valentine's Day, man. Look at all that love.
Yep. Yeah,
The market just gave you money on Valentine's Day. We love you, Edward. We love you. We love you.
It's just free money. That's what Ed says. So these are all of the filled orders. And yes, you have the ability to report on all kinds of things. Over here in the menu, self-explanatory. Don't have time to go through every one, but I'm going to go to what I call the $1 billion report. As I said, Ed just plainly calls it high trade. Right. This is a report. Yes, sir.
Let me butt in and just let you know that this is an opportune time for me to ask the question that Mike Crypto Professor has, because it applies to this report. He says, and then let me give my opinion, and then you go over the report, and then you could give your opinion. But been studying the highest trade counts available on the trader to maximize profits. How might you pick between volatility and quality of the project? Example, memes versus utility, maybe a 50-50 mix. Thank you. So my philosophy differs from other people's. If you follow what Brad Garlinghouse says, a lot of people have heard him say 99% of the cryptos that are out there eventually will be gone. I do believe the blue chips will survive. We're going to have, out of 20,000 plus cryptos that we have now, I do believe we'll have 100 plus or minus 50 standing at the end of the day in 5 years. Okay, so I go for utility. I've got, in my traders, I've got Sui, I've got Ondo, companies like that. I don't do memes personally. Okay, memes are doing very good in the trader. Okay, but that's just my philosophy. So Edward, go ahead and share the report, and then you could give your opinion.
Okay, can you see the report?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a 1 year back test of what's happened in the market as far as the traders. Now, recognize this: there are tens of thousands of traders that are deployed into the market. Each trader is writing to the database on a minute by minute basis. This is a look back on total number of profitable. Why profitable? Because unless you force it, the system will not sell at a loss. So these are closed profitable trades of at least a 3% move. Now, why do I say at least 3%? Talk about the AI, the two AIs that are in the system for just a second. So when the market's going down, it's set to, as I explained, 3 and 5, 3 on the downside to buy more and 5 on the profit side. If the price drops 3%, it will call the AI on the buy side and say, "Hey, I've been told to take a bite out of this and buy another lot. What say you, AI?" Now, it probably doesn't use that grammar, but it bounces off. It bounces the idea off. Okay, tell me what's going to happen in the next 20 minutes. Now, the AI, both AIs in this, are so sophisticated and so well trained because it's got 25 years of trading data. It doesn't matter stocks or crypto. It's just price data of trades and prices moving up and down. So
Right.
It has a 98 95% accuracy to, I'll use a different word other than predict, to estimate what it's going to do in the next 20 minutes. So if it's going to dip, it calls the AI and it says, "Oh, they told me to buy it right now." The AI comes back and says, "No. I'm 95% sure that 95 to 98% sure that the price is going to continue to drop. Don't buy it yet." It's gonna ping on a millisecond basis until the probability of it going down more is below 95% predictability. Then it will buy. Same on the upside. Here's the magic. The upside is unlimited. It is set at 5%, but if the market spikes, it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to hit that projected profit goal of 5%. Oh, by the way, it calculates in the trading fees as well to make the trading fees free for you and deductible. We may touch on that later. But let's say the market in a 20-minute period goes up 30, 40, 50%. It will hold off on those sells until the probability is less than 95% that the price will continue. It will not go up in the next 20 minutes. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
It's a built-in trailing stop.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
Exactly what it is.
Yep. So back to the report for a minute. So what it does is it looks at the last year. It looks at the total number of trades closed in that year. So in theory, although it depends on how much money you come in with, when you start buying, when you start trading live in the trader, but in theory, 1,559 profitable trades you could expect in the year if you owned that particular coin, right? It also gives you a monthly average of number of trades, profitable trades. Your lowest month, even profitably at 25 trades at least 3% increase, that doesn't suck, right? Then you've got a trailing 8 months, so you can see trends when the market was hot, and you know when the market's hot, and it's starting. You notice this is December, this is January, right? And February will come out. But if you notice, there's a trend is that volatility is starting to go back up, generally speaking. Again, we just talked about types of utilities and which ones would you choose. For the most part, I have good quality utilities that will be here now and into the foreseeable future, right?
Yeah.
That's the power. That's the power why I call it the $1 billion report. So the next thing people ask is, let's see, trader reports.
Oh.
Can we?
Yeah,
Nope.
what they ask is how much money should I start my trader with? And we can't answer that for you. We're not financial planners. But there's a report on here that everybody is privy to. It's right there under top traders. So if you go to the link that Edward put into the chat for this,
I didn't put it in yet. As soon as I finish sharing, I'll pass the baton to somebody else, and then I'll start posting those.
You want to post it now, and I'll go over this report?
Yes, but I've got to, for me to post it, I've got to stop sharing. So
okay.
let me just continue with this.
Sure.
So yeah, people do ask how much money do I need to put in here to make some money. Now I front loaded that answer with the investment calculator. I can certainly put that link in, and you can dream to your heart's content of what you're going to start with and how much you're going to add to it every month, and it's no joke. However, you look at some of these are anomalies. Why would you pay $3,500 and start with $163? It's to see what it does. It's to watch the market. But here in a year, 163 made an additional 465 for an annual return of 284%. That's almost as much as my bank pays my savings account.
Yeah. That's
Right.
But no
that does, see how important the machine is? How important it is? 284%. Come on.
So here's a more realistic 5,000. I don't know how you get with the oddball, but it probably started in USDC. So it took another on top of the 5. It took another 82.51 in profit for 162% on your money. If it were, Allan gave me this example. What if it only made 2% a month? Where else on
I'm at.
planet Earth with
Yeah.
no work, free money, peace of mind and time are you going to make 24% on your money for doing nothing? Dire Straits wrote a song, and I'll give you the first part of the title: "Money for Nothing," and
Yeah.
you're whatever fill in the blanks for free, right?
Dudes.
So, you can also click on the yellow box, and it shows you now. Bad, in my opinion, with a small amount of money, actually even 15, 20,000 dollars at most, I would trade with 4 coins. I showed you my nonprofit account, right? However, you can see the allocations per returned 162%, right? Let's go down to an oddball. Let's see. All right. This one's very poor performance. Started with $114,000. It only made 93,700 for a total annual return of 82% on your money.
Yeah, that's horrible, huh?
Guess
Yeah.
you shouldn't quit your day job if that's going on, right?
What was that person trading, Edward?
Let's see. Oh, good question. One thing. SOXL.
Never heard of it.
Never
Wow.
heard of it.
Wow.
But here, so they changed their profit goal. By the way, originally 4 years ago, the profit goal was 2%. Then he raised it to 3%, and now he's suggesting 5%. Right. So, but there you go. These are real traders, real money, people all over, all walks of life, all over the map.
Yep. Cool beans.
Okay, what else can I show you? So, frequently asked questions, and that'll be in the when I send you this link, which I'm going to stop sharing my screen here in a second. The trade counts is the $1 billion report. The top traders is what we just went over. There's videos for everything, all the way from how do I connect this? How do I turn on my allow list? Which, by the way, is very, very important. If you have a Coinbase account, go into the frequently asked questions or go into the videos and look for. I think it's the very first one that tells you how to turn your allow list on. Too expansive to be able to expound on that, but it will make sure that somebody cannot get into your exchange and take your money. All right. So you can also watch while you're making a decision. You can also click on this is a real live trader. It has a little bit less information, but it shows you this is actually Ed's very first report, our very first account that has made him over $1 million in profit that he started 4 years ago, December 19th, and has taken over $1 million off the table. So with that, I am going to stop sharing for a moment. I'll turn the mic over to whoever wants to pick it up, and I'll start sharing, starting with Allan's the Staple Crew discount link.
Yeah, that's yes. So I've got a question in here from Heather, and if you don't mind me answering that, Heather. Yes, you got the discount link when you bought, for sure. And the other thing is, when you go to your trader, on the top right, you'll see the button that says menu. When you go to subscription, that's where you see your start date and your end date of the 3-year license and what you paid for. It's called subscription. It's real easy. So again, as Edward said a few minutes ago, he and I are the educational and support system on behalf of the Staple Crew as it pertains to the trader, to Go Baby Trade. Okay, so you could call us anytime. I've already helped a few people on here that needed to go live. We did a Zoom, and it takes 5-10 minutes. It doesn't take long. So if you're having trouble going live, just let us know. Send us an email. Either Edward or I will be happy to oblige. All right. Gentlemen, Simon, Allan, any parting words? We're near the end. We got one more in the Q&A. No, that's the same question. I never said answered. Okay. We answered Crypto Mike's Professor
That was
Mike.
a great conversation, man.
Yeah.
As always, we just, this, the conversations that we have here, we talk about the Go Baby, which is awesome. But I mean, there's more value that comes out on a more of a 40, 50,000 foot view of building wealth and what we're able to do with that, you know. And I'm glad that Allan was able to stop by. I love Ed and his smart water. But it was wonderful to hear from Attila, you and Edward or yourself, allowing all of us to get to know you guys a little bit better. Not that Ed's a mic hog at all. He just loves to talk, and he has so many gems, and we're all out here taking notes too. Like, what else do you got, Ed? In Florida, I really wanted to throw up a whiteboard right behind him. I couldn't find one. Yeah, there you go.
Shirt. Nice shirt.
Yeah, nice shirt.
Wow.
Nice shirt. But great conversation tonight, guys. Always a pleasure hanging out with you gents.
You got that on the trip down to Florida?
This is Professor Mike's business. He does boat tours, and I wore it just for him.
Nice.
And we were going to do one, Brent and I and Elizabeth and
Myself.
Kirk and his lovely daughter were going to do that together, but we ended up having an Arctic blast in I don't know, Miami was 50 degrees or something crazy that day. I was just like, absolutely not. I'm not going to go out there. It's not going to be
34
birds
was the
running
low.
around.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
was
crazy. But yeah, he does boat tours. He's a wildlife professor, actual professor. So we love Mike. He's a brother. He's a team member. Been around forever. I want to say this about Go Baby Trader. This is such a non-comment. This doesn't need salesmen. I know we're trying to sell it. It sounds like we're trying to sell this thing. We're not. It's a tool, and the tool works. The tool doesn't have deficiencies. It doesn't have a problem. It might not. It's not going to wake up one day and it's going to go haywire and blow up your account. All of those things that all those other trading bots have always done in all the past, this one's not going to do that. It's just not going to do that. When you look at the code, when you download it, you look at the code and you're like, wow, that's like 1990s all over again. Well, that just tells you it's bulletproof. It tells you they're not trying to get the new bells and whistles and whatever else. And it can be on your phone 24/7. Nobody cares. We want security, we want safety, we want performance, we want simplicity. That's what this tool is. That's all it is. And it's simple genius. And that's the beauty. I mean, that's the beauty of the whole thing. And if you're on the fence about getting one of these things, I understand that. Makes sense to me. You should be diligent. But if you're going to buy one thing for yourself, just to play with and have fun and be excited about looking at something every day, I highly recommend something that never has a negative day, right? Because it's really good. Now, I can't say that your account isn't going to go negative because it is based on the crypto in which we're trading. So the whole market goes down. So the account value goes down, of course. But what I'm saying is the thing is earning you money while you sleep. And that's not going away. And I don't know how many tools do that for you. And it's really simple. And I think we all put these charts and graphs and we try and tell everybody all this stuff. Sometimes things just work. It just works. And that's what this one does. And from day one, I resonated with it. From day two, I was like, I can remember having a discussion with Brent. I know I've told this story before, but we'd really never endorsed a product before. And I said, well, Brent, how can we not give this tool? I would feel worse not giving this tool to people who want it. How would I sleep knowing this tool is that good and I'm not telling anybody about it? That was the turning point for me. That was just like, boom, I'm going all in on it. I don't care. Let's do it. So,
Here's
and it's
another
proven
question.
nothing but a blessing to meet the both of you. Simon is, by the way, those of you who have Simon's number and his contact, I mean, he knows this thing inside and out. I'm quite busy. It's not really my forte, but like being a trader for all those years, I know exactly what it's doing. It's scalping and the whole thing. It's a beautiful piece of kit. I love it. So anyway, hanging out. If you're on the fence, and I know there's a bunch of you that are, when you can afford it, put the money aside. Buy yourself something nice.
Mhm.
Do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great comments. Thank you.
Yeah.
One more question came in before we get to Simon. Rasmus, can the trader somehow, and Edward, feel free to pipe in, can the trader somehow simulate how a currency slash coin has slash or would have performed going back X amount of time? Actually, we have something better than that. It is the $1 billion report, because that's not simulating. Those are actual numbers. That's a back test. Right, Edward?
Yeah, it is, but it doesn't get. I had a chance to privilege to meet Rasmus at the show,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
he's I knowing how his brain works, I think he's looking for all of the data inside, and I'm not sure that I know it doesn't it won't report out of the trader, but I'm guessing that if you went to CoinMarketCap or somebody that has that data captured, you could probably capture it and simulate it. But the $1 billion report, the high trade count is the closest you're going to get within the trader. So
Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to allow Michael Matthews to talk.
we are okay. Terrific. Let me just comment. Jim, thank you, gentlemen. He says, gentlemen, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Your offerings of tools and assistance is much appreciated. So we appreciate that. I know a lot of people are sharing that sentiment. As I said, we're here to serve. So
Jim's a good
Michael.
man. I met Jim down at the event. Good man.
Yep. Michael, you are muted. If you want to unmute and ask your question or speak freely. Yep, you raise. Yep, almost. You keep raising your hand. You're just muted.
Lower left-hand corner, there's an audio button. You could unmute yourself, or you could do it in the dialog box in the top right. In the little box that you're in, you could 3 buttons on the top right, Michael. Click on that. No, you keep raising your hand.
He might be on his phone. It's a little different on the phone.
Yeah, if you pull down on your phone, it'll come up on the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's on the phone too. On the bottom left, just tap on the screen and you'll have a picture of the video and audio.
In the bottom right or left.
I hate doing Zooms from my phone.
Yeah, if you hit more or I don't know, depends if you got an Android or not.
You can always type your question in too, Michael. Sorry, you can't get on.
Edward, can you unmute him?
It doesn't allow me. No, I can ask to unmute.
Okay.
No, but it doesn't. Yeah.
All right. Darn.
I have another thing I'd like to commingle some a concept here. Just imagine doing your UNA on top of this trading platform. Just sort of wrap your head around the two working together is a beautiful thing. Talk about increasing profits. Those of you who don't know what a UNA is, you should check out my show Wednesday night. I'll have the creator, one of the creators of it, Mr. Kurt Carmichael on. And Kurt and I will go over the whole thing. It's something Attilla's involved in. So I think we're all involved in it now that I think about it. Yeah.
Very good. Michael, we can hear you now.
Hey, sorry about that. Happy finger. I didn't have a question. Did not. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks.
Anyway.
Well, if that's all it takes to make it on the show, that's awesome.
Well, there you go. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna boot you back to.
You'll put you back in timeout now.
I'm multitasking here.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just gonna mute you. No problem.
That's my favorite comment ever.
Yeah,
I didn't have one.
All right. Heather's asking, where is the change profit from 3 to 5%? So I'm going to quickly show you that.
You show her that, but folks, if you buy the license, it comes defaulted at 5%. You don't need to change anything. It's already at 5%, but we'll still show you where it's at.
Yep. So bear with me. Let me share the
Yeah, it's
screen
good to
again.
verify that. I think that's good
Yep.
to verify that. You should definitely poke around and search. I totally agree.
Okay, here you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the menu. You are going to
Edit strategy.
edit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
No, yes, you are.
Yes, yes.
The brain
Yes.
cramp.
Edit
Hold on a second. Okay.
Edit strategy.
Yeah,
All right.
come on there.
Yep. So
Yeah.
if you scroll down, and by the way, if you look under edit strategy, you can look at the default settings at the far right column, right? I'm now a little bit more aggressive. The only other thing I've changed is it's defaulted to 2 lots purchasing in a day. I've changed it to 4. Right here, profit goal was 3%, now 5%. Purchase on 3% drops. That's that. And literally, there's just one screen that makes your life easy.
When Edward says it was 3% and now it's 5%, that was like 4 or 5 months ago. That
Yep.
wasn't recent. So that's why I'm
Yep.
saying everybody that purchases the license will automatically come with their trader's profit goal set to 5%. Don't sweat it.
Right. And the default band is between 2 and 5%. So
Yeah, this is the page you don't want to mess with. Trust me on that one. In 2012, Ed Barsano had 10 pages of what you just saw. This is just one page. He's whittled it down to one page with this
Thank
trade.
God.
To be
Thank
10
God.
pages.
Yeah.
You have no idea how people were blowing themselves up by making
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I'll bet.
disaster. So
People love to push buttons.
yep.
They just love it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's almost you get into a euphoric state when you see that it's just making money in your sleep, and then all of a sudden you go, well, wait a minute, what if I tinker with this? This platform takes all emotion out. Emotion is what kills your profits.
yeah.
Always.
One comment here that I want to get in before we end this tonight for everybody, and this is really important. We forgot to mention it. If you're trading with under, let's say, $3,000, let's say 3 to 5, I don't think you need more than 2 coins to start with. If you're once you're 5,000, feel free to do 3 or a max of 4, but there's zero correlation between having more coins trading on GoBaby and making more money. It's actually going to work against you.
Agreed.
Do not have more than 3 or 4 max. Now, if you got $100,000 and you want to do 5 or 6, that's different. How many people have 100K trading? Not that many. I mean, Ed Barsano's got them all over the map. He's got people with 2 million, 1 million, 800,000, 700,000. So there's plenty of people over 100K. But for the average person, you don't need more than 3. He made Ed Barsano on his first account that has made him $950,000 in profits in 4 years, did that with 3 coins. There you have it.
And the 3 coins were not the best and still are not the highest and most volatile coins.
GRT, ACH, and the Dogecoin.
Right.
Those are the 3. I'll tell you right now.
Yep. Well,
yeah, but that being said, I'm a huge fan of Sui in this.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
trading
sweet little
Sui in that
trader.
trade. Yep.
Yep.
Sui, Ondo, AIOZ does real well for me. So
Yeah.
those are the ones I like.
It's also, by the way, one of those coins I think people should be buying since the market's down.
Ooh,
If you don't have any of it, might not be a bad idea.
Absolutely. That's a
Not
heck of a project.
financial advice.
That is a serious project that is going to be around. That's not going anywhere.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
So is Ondo, by the way. Good call on that, Atilla.
Yep.
Yeah, Ondo is the real deal. They're built in.
Bought the dip on both of those last week. Yep.
I've spoken to the CFO twice from Ondo, and yeah, and they are seriously connected.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
they are.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Nope.
All right, gents. Well, listen, we are here on your behalf every second Monday. 2 weeks ago was an exception because everybody was coming back from the Lauderdale event. That was on a Tuesday, but always on a Monday, always at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And we're here to help you. So give us a call if you need us. Simon, any last words? Because we didn't give you a chance for your last words. Allan gave us his.
I don't know. Allan's got more words. Those were just additional Allan
Go
words.
Navy.
Go Navy.
Go Navy.
That's
Go
the
Navy.
Ed sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No, it's good, but you know what? Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back here, same bad time, same bad channel. Not this coming Monday, but the following.
March
We'll be here.
March 2nd is the next one.
Man, are we already into the third month? Wow.
We
One
are.
One quickie before we go. A trailing question just came in from Johnny Gabayan, I believe. This is a very important question. Listen carefully. Can the trader use existing coins that an individual has in Coinbase already? Yes, but, and it's a big but. So, huge but. So let's say, no pun intended, let's say that you have 10,000 XRP and you want to trade 5,000 XRP in the trader. It's going to pull all of it in. So get the other 5,000 off of there and throw it into Kraken or your Tangent or whatever. Okay, but if you have 5,000 XRP and you want all of it in the trader, you could just identify that in the trader as one of the ones you want the trader trading. It'll pull it all in, or you could just sell it into USDC, but that's redundant. You don't really do that.
That's such a great point for everybody to remember, because that's been one of the biggest complaints. That's happened to like 3 people I know now.
Yep.
That it liquidated all their XRP into the trading account.
Get your coins off the exchange and just hook up the trader.
Yeah, so that's a biggie. So again, let me repeat one last time because this is worth repeating. If you have coins on Coinbase and you don't want all of it or any of it in the trader, but you're listing it in the trader, then whatever you don't want traded, get it off.
That's right.
Or on Coinbase, you could set up what's called a portfolio, and you throw it in that portfolio and it'll be separated from the API connection. I just have never created a portfolio. You could Google it or go to YouTube. It'll tell you how to do it. It's easy.
Yep. Or you can send a note to support at Financial Intelligence for You. I have multiple portfolios, and it's very, very easy. If you can't find it on Google or the YouTubeosphere, then let me know and we'll find it. But
can I answer Leanne's question?
Pardon me?
Leanne has a question just in the chat here. It says, "Sorry, gentlemen, I came late. What is the advantage of changing the number of lots from 2 to 4?"
So
here's a advantage, because we're kind of talking about this a little bit. We're throwing around numbers. Let's say you started with $3,000. The trader picked 3 coins for you, so that's $1,000 per trader. Okay, and I've given this some thought. The only time that I may increase anything is when I've increased that same dollar amount, so like $1,000. But your lots from 2 to 4, are you talking about the number of open positions the trader can have? Because technically that's 25.
No.
So if you're talking about the number of coins, which I think there might be a little mix up there in that. Leanne, could you clarify that?
Let me address that if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
So right here, max slots open in a single day. Its default is 2. I changed mine to 4, which means that it will allow it to buy up to 4 lots. Given the fact that it has to meet all of the other rules, it has to continue to drop at least 3% for it to buy it, and it meets the other rule. It won't buy it time in between 60 minutes. Right in between buys, and it actually has only ever bought 3 lots so far since I've changed it to 4. It's not actually dropped so quickly that it's used up that 4. But that's essentially the reason. So it will buy in a aggressively down market. I'm telling it to buy a little bit more inventory, right? And I've changed this from default of 25 to 30, which means that I have a 90% trading window. The coin from first buy can drop 90% before I were to technically run out of money. The world would have to end to do that. But
The other thing everybody needs to know about when it defaults to 2 buys in one day, and it separates. Ed Barsano separates it by an hour. So if the market is absolutely plummeting, it won't be 2 buys like 30 seconds
Nope.
in succession. It'll
Right.
be one buy, and it'll wait an hour and see what the market does, and then if it's still going down, it'll make that second one, and then that's it for the day. That's
yep,
part of the money management.
that is the money. That is the
Exactly.
money management. Very
Now, what
important.
happens if one of those acquisitions gets liquidated because the price jumped up to and hit that profit? Does that mean there's another seat open again because it got
Yes.
liquidated?
Yes.
All right.
Of course.
Yes.
Now,
Go
Yes.
back and rewind that, folks. That was a gem right there.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And good point, Attila, is that the platform does what it does because it does what it does, and it's done it for 25 years. It's very conservative, protecting you on the downside, and it's very aggressive when the market's shooting up.
Well,
So,
Barsano says it himself. He says he built this to take care of us when the market's going down.
right.
It really is not built for the going up is easy. Goes up 5%, it takes your money. That's easy.
Yeah.
The tough part is how do you manage people's money when the market's plummeting? That's what's brilliant about this.
Yep.
You are protected. We're all protected. It's great.
Yep. Well, with that, gentlemen, final words. We're going to leave you till last, Mr. Staple, because I'm going to suggest, as when I first started watching you, one of the funniest things that captivated my attention when you finished your session was you walked
yes.
off and kept talking.
Oh man, that's
So I'm going to ask you to do that this evening. So I'm going to turn it over for last words to Attila, then Simon. Then I'll give my two XRP, and then you'll call us out, Mr. Staple.
Sounds good.
Yeah, well, I'll start. So I always say this. I always say, look, your money, you work hard to earn your money, but then most people, their money is unemployed. And what I mean by that is it's our responsibility to give our money a job. And there's no better job we can give it than put it in the trader and just let it do its thing. You're putting your money to work and giving it a job by it being in the trader. So everybody have an amazing week and go forth and multiply your money with Go Baby Trade.
Okay. There you go. Simon.
God, that was great. That was borderline straight out of The Richest Man in Babylon, Attila. That's
That's it.
go forth and and the Bible. Go forth and multiply.
Right.
Your gold.
Right.
Really focusing in on the tool aspect. The past few years of my life, arguably the past 4 especially, I've been focused on the actual tools that can, print money or elevate my life. So the tool is far more important than what the tool actually can do for you over time. If you don't have the tool, you can't do anything. It's all about the tool. And go forth. Build, create, and multiply.
There you go. Thank you, Simon. I just want to say thank you again for the privilege of your time. Everyone that's joined us, gentlemen, we are all givers and simply just want to provide the best knowledge that we can. And again, I'll say this is nothing that anybody will ever learn in the establishment of what we've been brought up into. So I appreciate, and it's a privilege for me to be able to sit at the same table with you gentlemen. And I love everybody that has taken the time to invest their time, their very valuable time, in learning something, and hopefully it was new. So we'll see you on March 2nd. I love and appreciate all of you. And Mr. Staple, take us out.
I would like to say something about the tool real quickly. The question that I've received many, many times about this trader is, Allan, how do you see it failing? And every time I think about it, I think about it, I think about the exchanges, I think about this, I think about, there's only one way this thing fails. That's if nobody ever trades crypto and it goes straight sideways in price. The likelihood of that is virtually impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that for a minute on the tool level. With that, I am out. Well, I'd like to say this about all of you. Keep being you. You don't need to be anybody else. You're perfect. You're crushing this with fine people in your family, in your business, and in your life. You've already succeeded. Well done. Let's do it together. I'm out.
Amen.
Bravo.
Cheers, everybody. See you
Have a
soon.
good night.